The lecture 1 is about Introduction to Coordination Compounds. So, what is a coordination complex? A coordination complex is the product of Lewis acid base reaction in which neutral molecules or anions, which are also termed as ligands, bond to a central metal atom or an ion by coordinate covalent bonds. In the picture, if you see, there is a metal M or a metal ion, and it is connected to a ligand which is denoted by L, and the ligand can be an anion or a neutral molecule. So the bond between a metal and its ligand is basically a dative or coordinate covalent bond. So what is a coordinate covalent bond or a coordination bond? It is just nothing but a coordination bond or a dative covalent bond is a covalent bond in which both electrons come from the same atom. So a coordination bond is shown in the picture here by an arrow. This A is the one which is donating its lone pair of electrons to the B. So B is the one which is accepting a pair of electrons. So such kind of bond is known as coordination bond or dative covalent bond. So next up we have, on the basis of nature, addition or molecular compounds are divided into two categories. So there are double salts and coordination or complex compounds. So these are the major differences between the double salt and a coordination compound. So what does a double salt mean is it exists only in solid state and dissociate into its constituent species in their solution, while coordination compounds retain their identity in solid as well as in solution state. So what I mean by double salt is, suppose for example I am considering a more salt here which is given as FeSO4 dot NH4 taken twice SO4 dot 6H2O. It is a double salt. Suppose this salt is being dissolved in solution, then it will get dissociated into its constituents ions. It's nothing but Fe2 plus SO4 2 minus NH4 plus SO4 2 minus. So all of these ions will get dissociated when a double salt is being placed in the solution, while coordination compound will not retain will retain their identity and will not dissociate into its constituent species. That is the major difference between a double salt and a coordination compound. So second difference is double salt lose their identity in the dissolved state, so they will lose its own identity, and because they have been dissociated into its constituent ions, while a coordination compound does not lose their identity even in the dissolved state. Then the third one is their properties are essentially the same as those of constituent species. So double salt, either in the double salt form or in each constituent species form, their properties would remain the same, while in the coordination compound their properties are different from those of their constituents. For example, K4FeCN6 does not show the test of Fe2 plus and Cn minus ions. So the constituent ion properties have not been shown when in the coordination compounds. Then the final difference is double salts or the metal atom or ion exhibit normal valency, whereas in coordination compounds the number of negative ions or molecules which surround the central atom is beyond its normal valency. So a given metal can be coordinated to 4 number of ligands or coordination number of 6. So it is basically surrounded by a very high number of ligands. So the metal in a coordination compound exhibits beyond its normal valency. So this is the periodic table where the blue colored region shows the D block elements and down there are F block elements. So basically coordination complexes are formed by the D block elements mostly. So because why the d elements exhibit extended valency, or they will show beyond their normal valency, is because of the presence of unpaired electrons or the electrons in the d subshell. If you go from scandium to zinc, for example, from scandium you have one electron in the 3d subshell. For titanium you have two electrons in the 3d subshell. So these are the number of unpaired electrons which are present in the d subshell, that will help to form the or extend their normal covalency, and they will try to form the coordination compounds. So then we have important terminology in coordination chemistry. So first one is Lewis acid. What is a Lewis acid? A Lewis acid is the one which accepts a pair of electrons. So all the electron acceptors are called as Lewis acids. So Lewis base is the one which donates a pair of electrons. So all electron donors are Lewis bases. So the central metal ion, a central metal ion in the complex ion is an acceptor that accepts a pair of electrons from the donor atoms, and that ion, complex ion, is said to be a central metal ion. So our central metal ion in a coordination compound is acting as a Lewis acid. Next up you have oxidation state. Oxidation state is the number that denotes the charge if the central metal atom would have, if all the ligands in the complex were removed along with their electron pairs. And in coordination chemistry you will always represent the oxidation state in the form of Roman numerals. And next up we have ligand. A ligand is an anion or a cation, a molecule that acts as an electron donor. So if it donates a pair of electrons, that is going to be your ligand. So ligands are basically acting as Lewis bases in the coordination compound. Next up you have important term coordination sphere. A coordination sphere in a complex compound is the central metal ion and the ligands which are enclosed within the square braces. So that enclosure, the square brace and the central metal ion and the ligands together are known as the coordination sphere, and this coordination sphere represents a single constituent unit. So the characteristics of this coordination sphere is the ionizable species are placed outside the square bracket, and these ions are not ionizable. Whatever the ions present within the coordination sphere are not ionizable, and they will not give the test for its constituent ions. Only the ions which are present outside the coordination sphere would give the constituent test for those ions. Then you have coordination number. The coordination number of a metal ion in a complex can be defined as number of ligand donor atoms to which the metal is directly bonded. So for example, you have K4FeCN6. So the coordination number of this iron, the central metal ion, is 6. This is because there are 6 ligands, the cyanide ligands, which are directly binded to the metal center. For example, if you consider CuNH3 taken 4 times SO4, the coordination number of copper is 4. This is because 4 ammonia molecules are directly bonded to the central metal ion, which is copper in this case. So the oxidation states are represented in Roman numeral as you can see on the screen, and how to calculate the oxidation states will be followed. So to summarize up, I have shown all the terms here. Let us consider the complex COCl2 NH3 taken 4 times Cl minus. So you have the central ion as a CO, that is cobalt, and you have two types of ligands. One is the chloride ligand and the other one is ammonia molecule. So you have two chlorides and 4 ammonia. So thereby there are 6 ligands, because there are 6 atoms which are directly binded with cobalt central metal. The coordination number is 6, and these square braces and containing central metal ion and the ligands together is termed as your coordination sphere. And then you have a charge on the coordination sphere, that is known as charge number of the complex cation. And then you have a ionizable anion which is outside the coordination sphere. So this is a summary of all the terminology you have come across in the above slides. Then you have coordination polyhedra. So coordination polyhedra is the spatial arrangement of ligand atoms directly attached to the central atom or ion. So inside the coordination sphere, you have the metal surrounded by its ligands. So the metal or the ligands can arrange, or there will be a spatial arrangement of ligands around the metal center. So the arrangement can be as follows: it can be a square planar or tetrahedral in the case if the ligands are 4 in number, and it can be trigonal bipyramidal or square pyramidal if the number of ligands around the central metal ion are 5 in number. If the number of ligands are 6, then the spatial arrangement of ligands can take place in an octahedral fashion. So this is known as coordination polyhedron. Next up, you have how to calculate the oxidation states. As I have mentioned, oxidation state is the charge carried by a metal atom in a complex compound. So in metal carbonyls, metal oxidation state is always equal to 0. This is because carbonyl does not carry any charge. That's why all the metal carbonyls have the metal oxidation state as 0. Then when coordination sphere consists all the neutral ligands, then charge over the coordination sphere is equal to the oxidation state of the metal. What this means is, if you have a ligand whose charge is neutral, or if the ligand is not carrying any charge, suppose for example ammonia NH3 or water H2O, then in those cases the charge over the coordination sphere will be equal to the oxidation state of metal. For example, consider CONH3 taken 6 times 3 plus. Ammonia is a neutral ligand, so the cobalt will carry a charge that is present on the coordination sphere, that is 3 plus. So coordination or the metal oxidation state here is 3 plus. Then next you have, if the coordination sphere does not carry charge, okay, and then charge on the metal and the charges of ligands sum is equal to 0. So you have platinum, water as a ligand, two ligands of water, then you have chloride ligand. So there is a combination of a neutral ligand. Water does not has a charge, but chloride has a charge of -1. Then how you calculate the oxidation state is, you will consider the oxidation state of platinum to be X plus, there are two ligands of water, so 2 into, because water is a neutral ligand, you will substitute 0 plus 2 into the charge of the chloride ion is -1. That's why you will substitute here -1 is equal to 0. This is 0 because you don't have any charge on the coordination sphere. That's why that is equal to 0. Then you have x minus 2 is equal to 0. Thereby come x is equal to +2. Then if the coordination sphere carries positive or negative charges, then sum of metal coordination state or charges on ligands must be equal to charge over the coordination sphere. In the earlier case, on the coordination sphere there was no charge. That's why we have equated it to 0. But in this case, you have a charge of -2 on the coordination sphere. So for example, in the example you consider NiCl4 2 minus. So you need to find out the oxidation state of nickel here. So consider that to be X. So substitute substitute here X plus, there are 4 ligands which are connected to the central metal nickel. So plus 4 into, because the charge of chloride is -1, you have to substitute it -1. So 4 into -1 is equal to, the charge on the coordination sphere is -2. That's why you are going to equate it to -2. Then on substitution, you send this -4 the other side, it will become +4 -2. So thereby X will become 2. So nickel is having an oxidation state of +2. Then consider the next example. If the coordination complex consists coordination sphere and ionic sphere, then charge of metal, charges of ligands and charge of ionic sphere sum must be equal to 0. What I mean by this is, till now we have considered only the coordination sphere with containing a charge or without charge, but here you have coordination sphere and the ionic sphere, this Cl, and in this example this Na represent the ionic sphere. So consider this example wherein AgNH3 taken twice, and outside the coordination sphere you have a chloride ligand. So you have to find out the oxidation state of silver, Ag. So substitute it by X. So X plus 2 into, because there are 2 ammonia ligands, into, because ammonia is a neutral ligand, you will substitute it by 0, plus 1 into -1. This is because you have a chloride ligand outside the coordination sphere, and the charge of the chloride ion is -1, and there is one chloride, that's why you have written 1 into -1, that is equal to 0. So after substitution you will come up X is equal to 1. So silver is having an oxidation state of +1. Then coming to next example, you have Na, AuCN taken twice. So sodium always has a charge of +1. So +1, plus you need to find out the oxidation state of Au, which is nothing but gold. So substitute it by X, plus there are 2 cyanide ligands. So 2 into, each of the cyanide ligand carries a charge of -1. So substitute the charge as -1 here, that is equal to 0. On substitution you will get X is equal to +1. So the gold Au is having an oxidation state of +1. So this is how you will calculate the oxidation states of